It's for the people, of the people.
For the people, the people. Oh man. Listen, we got a little technical difficulties. We trying to work it out in the back. And you got to cut it off probably on my computer.
Yeah. Gotta cut that volume down.
But on State Champions Podcast, just understand this. We discuss people, politics, community, and culture.
Absolutely.
And what would a podcast be with two great friends? A current coach, a former coach. You mean high school teammates that won not one, but two Class A state championships in basketball back in the late 80s without us discussing sports. I'm your co-captain, Raphael Peterson. To my left, to your right, is co-captain George T. Ward. How you doing, boy?
Man, you know I'm good. What's happening with you?
Man, everything is outstanding. I'm feeling so good about the football state champions in the basement. I don't know what to do.
It's crazy, man. You know, high school football, obviously we played in the late 80s as far as basketball, but high school football really was about, let's call it what it is, the European coaches. You had white coaches, you had white quarterbacks, predominantly white teams who kind of controlled the state playoffs.
Oh, for sure.
I can't recall a team ever really until, 89 when King went to the state championship with Primus and those guys, that a team that was full of colored young men really had an opportunity to do this. So when you look at what these coaches have done, you look at what these players have done, and I think the coaching has really been elevated, really, when you look at it. And the scheduling has been different too. So, man, kudos to these guys down in the basement. And, I know Odin and Marshall thought they were only state champions down here, man, but they better quit playing. We was doing this thing a long time.
A long time. Hey, man, before we get to talking about that, before we bring him on, AQ, chop that intro.
The champ is here. 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 The champ is here.
Welcome back to State Champions Podcast, man. Gee, I'm excited. It's going down. We had the phone lines open. If anybody want to call, ask any questions, call 313-458-4445. Call in, ask questions, just make a comment. Congratulate the young fellas, the coaches, man, because it's going down. Gee, what you got for them? You want to tell them where they can follow us at?
Now, you can follow us obviously on IG. You can follow us on YouTube. I think the one thing that we got to start doing is making sure that we hit the like button and we subscribe to State Champions Podcast. Obviously, you can catch us on Facebook Live today. You follow our page. Obviously, follow our individual pages as well. Raphael Peterson, and then, of course, Coach G. Ward, George Ward. But check us out. It's the podcast for the people, of the people. And we're talking about, state champions, but it's not just about sports, obviously. It's about the community. It's about people. It's about culture and everything that goes in between. We're trying to help elevate our people in every way that we can.
Oh, man, there you go. But before we bring the coaches on and the players, G, I think everybody ready for this. George, you and I have a segment.
Yep.
Different ones, Coach's Corner, and Parlay Pete's Picks of the Week.
How your Parlay Pete's been going, man?
They've been doing good. Last week, who beat me was Arizona. Arizona beat me last week.
That was tough.
Arizona beat me last week. I thought they could get out of there. But last week, you did have Michigan.
Say it.
You said you had Michigan 34-24. You was off by a little bit, but you said Michigan would get out of there.
I said Michigan get out of there.
If Michigan ran the football. And sure enough, they ran the football and they got out of there. You were spot on with that, G.
34-24, I say it now. 34-24.
You were starting, you was on the money, but
30-24, same thing.
You're only as good as your last coach's assessment. So it's time for you to break it down. So what are you assessing this week? Do you want to assess your Lions? Because your Lions, they got to win.
Don't call them my Lions, man. We're not gonna do that.
Well, you bet. No.
Only thing I told you is that they will win 12 games. I ain't been a Lions fan since Billy Sims was doing the airplane back in 1980, man.
All right. So they 8-3. They 8-3, right? 8-3. 8-3. They have 6 more games left. You know how many they have to win in order to get to 12? In order for me to wear that jersey?
I'm a mathematician, brother.
How many?
We ain't gonna do that.
But I'm just asking because
Come on, man.
they got to go to New Orleans.
We know
That is going to be a tough game.
No, ain't no question about it. They'll beat New Orleans.
Okay. They got to go to Dallas.
Yep. They're gonna.
They still have Minnesota twice. As bad as Minnesota looked last night.
Yeah, last
Don't
night.
worry about that because this
Night
that
before last.
division.
Okay.
You already know. I bet you they don't get 12 wins. I'm guaranteeing, so I ain't going to worry about that. But G, you ready to do your coach's corner?
Ain't no question about
Drop.
Get ready for Coach's Corner. A one-time Michigan Coach of the Year, George T. Ward, gives his coaching perspective. Let's get to it. Get ready for Coach's Corner.
We can talk about the Lions briefly. They didn't look prepared last Thursday. They didn't look prepared whatsoever. And I think that's my biggest thing. Losing the game is one thing. I'm cool with that. But the lack of preparation for me, it really seemed like, somebody called on Wednesday and say, man, damn, y'all playing tomorrow. So, I think the more success that you have, the more you got to be prepared because everybody's preparing for you. And that's something I need to tell Dan Campbell. He got to understand. You got to have guys ready to play because now you are no longer the hunter. You the hunted. Now everybody's saying you're good. You're on Hard Knocks before the season start. You done did all the stuff and said all the stuff, and now you're making songs and everything. You got to be prepared. So I just think philosophically, going forward, again, I just don't understand this whole new trend that's going on in NFL, man. Just kind of going forward in your own end. It's kind of puzzling for me. It looked like he panicked a little bit, but I think he'll get it back together this coming Sunday against New Orleans.
Okay.
But I think we're going to change it up a little bit.
Okay, what you doing?
I'm thinking we're talking about coaching from a life perspective. I want to look at our guests right now, and I want everybody to think about this. Rod Oden, East English Village, Detroit Crockett. You look at Waddell Henry, Persian, Juan Rickman, East English Village, Crockett himself. And you look at all these guys that have matriculated on. Crowell, when he left, he was at Cass. So you look at all the coaches that we have. Marshall around the corner at Southfield. And we keep saying in the inner city, man, we love our kids. We love our children. And to me, it looks like it's rhetoric. It sounds like it's rhetoric. And you ain't going to keep pissing on me and telling me it's rain. And I'm good with if you say this is what it is. But the harsh reality of it is this. Tyrone Spencer, East Kentwood made an announcement this past Monday, a couple days ago. And when I look at it, you celebrate the brothers, man. I'm so proud of them. But the harsh reality of it is DPS CD, and I can say this, man, I'm 53 years old. I ain't pumped enough to not say it. If y'all don't do what y'all supposed to do, see, we ain't just losing men. We losing future men. That's my concern. So,
I hear you.
Rod had to go a few miles over, not to win the state championship, but to take better care of his family.
Yeah.
So you can't keep telling us. You can't keep telling me. I've been a head basketball coach in the state of Michigan since I was 29, and I ain't never had an interrupted year. But if I got to leave the city now to say, look here, I want to make my retirement a little bit better, then that's what I'm going to have to do. So my coach's corner today, hey, man.
So what you're doing, you coaching
I'm like
the district at the top level and telling them what they need to do. But here's what can y'all are you done with your coaching corner? Say, because I gotta respond to this. I have to
respond, but I'm gonna finish. Go ahead.
But okay. But G, here's the problem I have with what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Everything you said is 100% accurate. But after a while, you thought this was going to change. I can guarantee you may as well start looking for you a new job because it's not going to change next week, next year, or years from now.
No question.
How long you been coaching in DPS?
It's been a few years.
Oh no, I need. How long you been a head coach?
Southeastern 5, King has been 10. That's crazy. Central was 2.
We know a lot of other guys before us that was in the building, coaching. George is not going to change. You have to look at things from the perspective of you
Oh, ain't no doubt.
and your family. And so what the brother did who left King, his brother Spence,
Ain't no doubt.
he had to migrate and do what he had to do. And a lot of people say, well, that's not right because you got to take care of the kids.
No,
Well, you got to take care of yourself in order to take care of the kids. I'm just telling you, I thought when I heard about it, when you told me, I was like, wow. And you was freestyling, but you know what I thought? I bet you the producer can tell you what I thought. And a number of the other people could tell you what I thought when Spence was leaving. I said, how long you gonna wait? I ain't putting you on the spot, but I'm just telling you because a long time I've been telling you, I've been like, yo, how long what you think gonna happen here?
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
What's gonna happen here? The same thing that happened to Coach Kelso when he was coaching. Yep. He stayed too long. Mm-hmm. He overstayed his welcome. Coach ended up leaving, going to Southfield.
Yeah, going to Southfield.
We was out at Southfield, defected from there, went to another school, just bounced around. But at the end of the day, it was never the same. And you have to look at the big picture. But go ahead, finish your segment real quick. We got to keep the show rolling.
Yeah, ain't no question. I just think ultimately, if we in this business for the young people, then you got to be for the people that the young people are for. If you in this business for these young people, you got to be in the business because, again, a lot of these young people come to school every day because they know they got somebody they can look at and talk to and deal with. And somebody's going to provide a certain amount of discipline. And I'll say this, maybe certain districts are too top heavy because, everybody, the thing came out, oh man, Spence had to get the bag. Rod had to get the bag. Juan had to get the bag. Well, we got some damn bags in DPS CD too, and they need to open them damn bags up. Go ahead.
All right, G, I love the perspective, but man, I'm just going to tell you one last time. You better start getting your exit plan together. Some people are going to hate it. I'm saying, no, you should be.
Hey, man.
Listen,
on,
you need to get your exit plan. Well, it's time for you to move on. I'm just telling you, it ain't going to change. I can tell you, they're going to tear down King in about 2 years.
No, they ain't.
You know what I mean? Then they go, that's what they do. I'm just telling you, you got to move on. But it's time for Parlay Pete's Picks of the Week because we got.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's time for the absolute best unknown handicapper in the country, Parlay Pete. With Parlay Pete's Pick of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's time for the absolute.
They looking at it. But look here. Go on, do your thing, man. You better run.
All right. Oh, well, so and then you have Kansas City at Green Bay, and Kansas City at Green Bay. I think the Parlay Pete's Picks of the Week. I'm gonna have to go back over them. The Colts at the Titans.
Yeah.
Take the Titans. Take the Rams take the Rams against the Browns. That's 3.5. Kansas City and Green Bay.
Are the Rams minus 3.5?
Minus 3.5 at home.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you this: KC at Green Bay. I'm not gonna mess with the game. Take the over and under. If I believe correctly, it's 42. Take the over in that game, 42.5. It should go over easily in terms of that. And I think that that $100, if you put 100 on that parlay,
how much is gonna bring you?
641 is plus 60, 641. It'll happen easy. So Parlay Pete's picks of the week. Make sure you put them in. You win. Make sure you send us something to the
And if you need $1,282, put 200 on it.
Yeah,
guaranteeing the pick.
I'm guaranteeing the pick.
Parlay
Pete's picks of the week. All right, man. Before I think this is it's about that time.
That's right.
Where we need to get the coaches on. I think this is what everybody been waiting for.
No question.
Everybody has been waiting for the state champions. Now I know we've been state champions for a long time. They new to the club.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, I know, but see, this one thing I like about Brother Marshall. He played.
Oh man.
And he was a state champion.
Player and coach.
Illinois. I think what he should have probably been doing Coach's Corner to give you some tips on how to be a player and a coach. How you can win the state champion since you won it yet.
I'm trying to figure out. Maybe he could have just did it real brief and just taught you how to win the district. So
I just tell you what, this is what I'm saying about guys like G. G's still in the game. And they saying, I'm gonna tell you ain't gonna have to worry about leaving King. They said if you don't win it this year,
never happen.
They saying that you gone, and they said they're gonna let you do like softball or something.
Yeah, okay.
But you ain't gonna be the basketball.
I'll win at that too.
You ain't won at it. You ain't won a state championship yet, man.
I know, man. I know. That's
man, listen. So,
I'll
we
take that from you.
We listen, Coach. When he come up here, Coach Marshall probably gonna give you some tips on how to win,
and play the state championship. Yeah.
It's got to win state championship game. Mm-hmm. And you won some games, but we talking about the big one.
That's right.
And so when he come up, I'm gonna ask him what's his secret, because you need the ingredient.
Well, you better write it down though.
No, I'm not coaching right now.
I done coached it two of them.
This sounds just like I coached it to him. You ain't won. That's like going to the room with a chick and then say y'all was kissing.
No, it ain't.
And you ain't finished the deal. But that's a whole other story. I'm just saying, young fellas don't
listen down here, man. We gonna be
so. Hey, man, can you throw up the flyer real quick so the coaches come on? And here we go. We got Isaiah Marshall. We got bring that church. We got Isaiah Marshall in the building. We got Coach, the big time coach from Southfield High School, Division I. I'm talking about Division I. They Division I football champs in them. Harper Woods, Coach Odin. And I'm talking about they were rolling and they got in and they did their thing and they ensured that they was going to get the win. But I'm going to tell you, G.
Rod was like, man, flat out, his whole trip, see, he ain't get fake with it and start after the districts or doing the regional, none of that. He said, man, we pulling out a can of whoop ass. And he did not play. He pulled out a can of whoop ass for about 5-6 weeks, man. They did their thing, man. Kudos to y'all guys, man. We're glad y'all on the set.
Man, congratulations. Thank you for coming to the party, man. I appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for coming on the show. Can we get him a hand clap, Q? We got the hand clap?
Thanks for having us.
We got to get the hand clap. Got to get the hand clap. They can't even hit a hand clap in the basement. But, man, listen, man. Listen. One, I want to say thank y'all for coming. But, seriously, I was watching your game. I was out in Vegas, and somebody was streaming it live, and I was checking out the end play when Isaiah ran it in. And I'm talking about that was big time. And then I caught a little bit of the highlights on the tackle when y'all made the tackle. And just seeing both perspectives, defense, offense, that won the game. Those are exciting games. And I'm telling y'all, as some brothers that's coaching, as G was saying early on this segment,
come on, man.
What y'all doing is nothing short of phenomenal. And you being in the district, and got to vacate because you was at East English Village, right?
Crockett first.
Crockett first,
Plenty
and
guys in the league, everything.
plenty guys in the league. So, man, congratulations. Thank you for coming to the set, man. Just started off by giving us a little background on, we'll start with you, Coach Marshall. Give us a little background on how you started and how everything ended up. You've been at Southfield for 3 years
As the head coach.
As the head coach. But give a little background on yourself.
Coach started in the PSL too. He was Northwestern.
Yeah.
That's what I wasn't for.
My first high school head coaching job.
Yeah, you
Northwestern.
yeah.
Oh,
So you was at. So you was at. But it was on here. But see, when it came through on the fax, it was he sent the fax. It double printed on me. But anyway, I thought it said Northwestern. But so now y'all think about that. 2 former DPS guys and had to vacate and leave the premises. Yeah, that's all you got. That's all you got.
Ain't nothing else.
Oh, okay. We ain't talking about basketball. We talking about football. Coach, give us a little background so the people can understand your journey and where you come from and how everything worked out.
So I'm born and raised in Southfield, actually, with South Public Schools, K through 8. I went to Brother Rice for 2 years, left Brother Rice, went out to Chicago, went to Mount Carmel High School, part of 2 state championship teams my junior, senior year at Mount Carmel. Went to Youngstown State, played quarterback. I'm out there for 4 years. Then played arena ball for 3.
Wow.
Came home from arena ball. Then I immediately went to Southfield Jayhawks Little League. I was an A-team head coach at Southfield Jayhawks. Left Southfield Jayhawks. Detroit Northwestern head coach on varsity for 2 years. Left Detroit Northwestern. 6 years O coordinator at Southfield. 3rd year as head coach this year.
Wow. So
Man.
you've been back in Southfield for 9 years now.
Yeah.
O coordinator 6.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Man, and you was in Southfield Jayhawks? You
Yes,
said?
sir. That's what Little League I played for too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so then, because that's what we used to play Turkey Bowl at.
Yeah, so-
You probably got some highlights of me out there. You do. I'm Turkey Bowl Hall of Fame. First ballot.
Okay.
First ballot Hall of Fame, Turkey Bowl for Dead City. Coach Odin, Harper Woods, tell people about your background, where you started, how you ended, and just let people know how it all transpired.
Well, I'm a product of the DPS, born and raised, Northwestern High School. Went to college at the University of Michigan, got my undergrad there, and went to grad school at UAD, Mercy.
Okay.
Played 2 years at Michigan as a walk-on, played some fullback. Decided I needed to finish school, so I had to put football down
There we go.
to get that degree finished. Mama said, come home with that paper. Started my coaching career at Southeastern High School, actually.
Oh, okay.
Coached a year at Southeastern right after graduation, and then I went over to Crockett. You know, our head coach then is our superintendent now. He was my coaching mentor, so I joined.
Who's a superintendent over
That's
there?
Stephen McGee.
Okay. All right.
Started the Crockett program. Once he decided to retire after the 2004 season, they'd allow him to name his successor. I became the head coach in 2005 at Crockett, and I was there till the doors closed in 2012. We joined Crockett, Finney, and I guess it would be Kettering.
Yeah, old school
That merged
Kettering.
into East English Village. And so we started that program in 2013. I was the head coach at East English Village until 2017 was my last season there. So I was there for 6 years. Then I went over to Harper Woods, and I've been here 6 years as the head coach as well. Part of my journey, having to leave DPS, and I know we talked about that, and you guys are absolutely right. You know, bumping your head on the ceiling in the classroom, there was no room for growth.
Okay.
So Harper Woods allowed me to be an administrator and a coach.
Okay.
So I'm currently the head coach, but I'm also the assistant principal at the high school.
Nice.
That's dope.
So, wow. So I didn't realize that you went to U of M. I guess I did hear a little bit about that. So what did you get a degree from Michigan? Where did you get your degree in?
I got 2 degrees at Michigan. I got one in kinesiology that I've never used,
Okay.
but I also got one in education. My concentration was, 18 years I was a English language arts teacher. So I taught English in high school.
Nice. Brother Marshall, what about you?
Youngstown State, where I graduated from communications.
Communications degree. So, man, I mean, I definitely want to. Hey, Q, can you cue a brother Marshall's when the interview when he was at the podium?
First one in Southfield history, football state championship. Whether it was Southfield High before they closed or Southfield Lake before they closed. Now that we won Southfield A&T, so it's special for the community, man. It's a long time coming. All week I've been getting a lot of calls from guys I never met, just congratulating the boys on making it here. We never even made it to the championship game, let alone won one. So it's real big for the community. I'm really proud of the support that we get from our administration, from our board of education, our superintendent. If you know anything about this, you can never do this alone. Like, it really takes a lot of support. And we get that support from the community and from our district, so it feels real good.
What can you say about Steve?
First one in Southfield history, football state championship.
And I was like, man, you gave a lot of credit to the administration, the whole school, the whole community.
Yep.
And see, this is what, and I had to go back and forth about this DPS thing, but this is what you have to have. You have to have that support.
Absolutely.
And when you have that support, and I mean, first of all, as a black man, to get the support from another brother over at the school, Brother Reese, Principal Reese, that makes your job a whole lot easier. Then you could bring in a talent, your nephew, correct?
Correct.
Absolutely.
Your nephew comes in, and now you guys put together this run, because I was looking at something on Facebook, Brother Buchanan. And he talked about how your first year you was 2-7, they was coming for your head. Talk about that experience and talk about what you was talking about at the podium.
We got the when I got the head coaching job at the time, our AD was Mark Woodson, and I told him, I said, in order for me to be successful here, for the team to be successful, I got to do a culture shift.
Okay.
And in order to do a culture shift, I got to sit some people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not gonna be good. They're not gonna like it, but it is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say, we got 22 starters, right? 11 on offense, 11 on defense. I would say every game I set at least 3 on each side.
Okay.
Because you was late to a meeting.
Yeah.
Because you didn't show up on time. Because you're supposed to wear white socks, you brought blue socks.
Wow.
So the juniors of that year saw the seniors being set down.
Okay.
So by the time they were seniors, they got their act together.
Yep.
Right. So my first year, 2-7, second year, straight to 8-3.
And so now, third year, you climbed the mountain, state champion. And like you said, when it was Southfield High, when we was out there, it wasn't even close. I think Brother Reese was coaching there. Actually, the principal was coaching there at the time. And they made a run because they had a big kid that Big Gabe Washington ended up going to Michigan. And I just remember, and they had Little Maurice, who went to Minnesota, little running back. I forgot about those guys, but there were some great kids. But you accomplished a feat that nobody else has accomplished. So how does that make you feel as the guy right now? Because I remember just winning as a player. George don't know the experience of winning as a coach, but we explained to him how it feels to win a state champion as just a state champion, because he don't know nothing about it as a coach.
So it's special, man. It's especially for the community. Again, I told you I'm born and raised in Southfield, so I know everybody that went to school there. My cousins, my friends, my brothers. So for me to be able to, and my staff to take it to the next level was real special. And I mean, it's not a secret, right? It's the seniors bought in, right? I think every coach who's been around long enough has a philosophy, right? And it's a million ways to skin a cat. So
yes,
whatever your philosophy is, you got to get the buy-in. So I would say a turning point in our season for me, this was probably about week 4. One day we was out of practice, it's probably Thursday or Wednesday, one of our work days. Boys was tired, not really just going at it like they normally do. And I kind of stopped practice and kind of just sent everybody inside and said, look, everybody leave, seniors, you stay. And I told the seniors, I'm not doing no more discipline, right? I'm not running you. When I say no discipline, it's because it's your senior season.
Yes.
Right. It's not mine. I did mine. I got 2 state championships.
Yes.
Right? So if y'all want it, you got to show me. So from then on, my seniors took over. Right. So if you know anything about coaching, if you don't got a player-led team, you lack it.
Yep.
Right. It's not a coach in the world who can lead a team to a championship. I'm telling you, every great coach in the world, from Nick Saban to Bill Watt, you name them, they had a senior-led team. I guarantee it.
No question.
Right. So About when I turned the team over to the seniors, about week 4, the results was what it was because they stepped up to the plate. They started disciplining each other. They started holding each other accountable, and that was the difference.
Wow. So, and your nephew, Isaiah Marshall, Kansas commit, what was his role in that process? Because obviously, as we know, on any level, in most cases, football, the quarterback is the lead.
Yeah.
Question.
How did he impact that team, and did he take some of those traits from you, or is this something that was embedded in him through his dad?
Yeah, his parents, man, unbelievable. He got 2 Division I parents, so people don't know that.
There we
about
go.
him, right? So dad played football at Northwestern University. Mom played basketball for DePaul.
Wow.
So he really got his talent from mom.
Okay.
Oh.
Shots fired right now.
Oh,
Shots fired.
man.
It sounds like shots fired at dad.
Hey, we overall.
So, but no, seriously, man. Of course, he comes from great stock, man. And he's an ultra humble kid, honestly, just like my brother was. Brian, back in high school and in college, he's on some Barry Sanders stuff. When he scored, he handed it right to the ref. He never.
Wow.
If you pay attention to Isaiah,
Bad boy.
man, no matter if he throw a pick or throw a touchdown, when he walk out the field, you don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Right. And he stays even keel. So
yes.
I think that's taking him a long way because he has that poise. He got that moxie that they say quarterback, that it factor, right? Can't anybody really explain whatever it is, but he got it.
Yeah.
So he's always been a real humble guy. And so he's his entire time is more like an example, lead by example kind of leader.
There we go.
And I got other seniors that are more vocal. His senior year this year, he's been the most vocal he's ever been, but he had to be.
There you go.
Right. He understood that, I can't just lead by example because Isaiah, being a real humble guy, you want to be liked.
Yeah.
And also having that praise. He got offered by Michigan in the 7th grade.
Sure
right.
Sure.
So him never wanting to let other people know, oh, I think I'm better than you, or why you saying this to me. He never said nothing. Okay. And he just led by example. Right. He finally realized, they're gonna love me regardless. Right. So that kind of clicked junior year for him. He became way more vocal.
Wow.
Yeah.
G, let's swing it over to Coach Oatman in Harper Woods Division 4. They did their thing. G, I know you got plenty of questions for him, but
you know what? Go ahead. Knowing Rod, watching Rod from afar, being in the same league and watching the Ville and all of that, and just watching him and seeing this young brother say, man, he's doing a hell of a job, and seeing some of the guys he's had a special thing. You get to coach your guy. You get to ride in the car on the way home, and those rides weren't always that pleasant, I'm sure, all the time. Talk to us about this year and how it's meant to the household, and knowing that this will be your last go-round with your son coaching him and gotten him to this high level. So how's that been for you?
It's been an overwhelming experience. I mean, coaching him has been real easy. I've been fortunate enough to coach half of my staff. So when it comes to coaching him directly, I let those guys do it. I try to avoid the awkward trips home and bashing him about practice or games. He very rarely even rides with me. He rides with his mom or he drives himself.
I was wondering that.
But it's very rarely talked about between me and him. We knew what it was. We knew that, this was his senior year, and we set some goals to go out with a state title, but nothing we really spent a lot of time discussing. The overall team success was way more important to both of us.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this for a minute, because again, here we are, the raising of young men and the rearing of young men. One of my little cousins, obviously Anthony Temple, you guys have coached him, and just when you said you've coached half of your staff, how does that make you feel? Because half your staff are like sons or little brothers or nephews to you. Talk about that.
Absolutely. Raising these young men has been a vital part of my life, and I think that's my calling. That's my ministry, giving back to these guys. Being able to coach those guys and watch them go on and do great things has been my life goal. I want to distribute leadership, and I want to build capacity in my guys. I'm not a coach that expects you to be on my staff for 30 years. I want you to be a coordinator. I want you to be a head coach. So in that regard, we've had high turnover in the last few years. I have 7 former coaches that are head coaches, and that's my goal, is to build capacity and make sure that they're ready to move on to the next level, be it a little league head coach or high school head coach. And then some have jumped into the college ranks, but doing that for these young men has been what I was put on earth to do.
Hey, Q, can we cue up the video from Harper Woods really, really quick so the people can see this last play.
Young Wilson made a hell of a play.
Shutting down. At that moment, Coach,
Ooh.
when you knew it was over, how did you feel?
Overwhelmed, man. I was so many emotions. You know, it's been 23 years in the making for me. I'm a regional director with the High School Coaches Association.
Okay.
So I'm part of the committee that hosts the hospitality for this game every year. And every year I sit in the press box and I say, next year is going to be our year. And next year is going to be our year. So we knew once we got down here, and we talk about opportunities all the time. We don't call them games. We call them opportunities.
There you go.
And in our world, opportunity don't go away. It just go to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to learn to take advantage of our opportunities. So in that moment, I'm just a sea of emotions, 23 years of blood, sweat, and tears, makes it all worthwhile. And to do it with this group of seniors, most of them I had since middle school, and then my son on the team, and it was just overwhelming.
Wow. So let me ask you this: how many other guys on your team are going on to college to play ball on the next level? Any more besides your son?
Yeah, as of right now, 17 of our 20 seniors have scholarship offers.
Wow.
On various levels, but 17 of the 20 have scholarship offers.
Nice.
But they did it the right way. They're first to arrive, last to leave. They're students before athletes.
Yes.
They're high character kids, and they take care of business on and off the field.
Okay. I definitely love that part of that, because at the end of the day, if they're not high character people, at the end of the day, football, it ain't gonna work anyway. Brother Marshall, I want to get to you. I want to Q. Can you cue up they last play, they video? This is the last play. When we don't got the last play. When he ran, when Isaiah ran it in. We ain't get that one.
Crown on.
Okay.
Yeah, the crowd.
But for me, just seeing that play, I was like, wow. So, Coach, once that happened, because obviously you guys were heavy underdogs. If they were betting, if it was on the screen in Vegas now, they probably would have had y'all have been at least a 2-touchdown dog. You think?
Yeah.
2-touchdown dog for sure. And so at halftime, down 28-10, right?
No, they winning.
We was winning 20.
Winning.
20. Okay, y'all was winning 20-10. So now when you look at the big picture, once y'all close it out and the fat lady started singing, she was done singing, and the scoreboard hit double zeros. How did you feel?
It felt good, man. And what felt the best was when I turned around to the crowd and I saw how many people from the city came out to support.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Leading up to that week, I mean, countless texts, phone calls, messages from people I never even talked to. Like, how'd you get my number? But
hold on, Coach. Hold on. See, Coach, I think you was asking me that question. That's why I hit in the text. I was like, I got your number from Principal Reese.
You told me how you got my number.
Yeah, I had to tell you.
Sure,
I had to tell you I got the number. Yeah.
And but again, I looked at it as a blessing, right? I looked at it like, man, like, how honored are we that this many people is focused on what we're doing and we making this many people proud.
Yes.
Right. So we always talk about tradition. We always talk about respecting the people that came before you, and honoring them. So when I'm saying countless posts on Facebook and social media saying everybody better show up, everybody better come support. And man, that stuff worked because our side was rocking.
It was rocking.
It was crazy.
Oh, it was bananas, man. So again, I think that support, and when again, like you said, clock to zero, I turned to the side and saw everybody standing on their feet going crazy. It just felt good.
Did either one of you guys cry?
I shedded a tear a little bit.
Shedded a tear, okay.
Coach,
when I saw your interview, you was just poised, you was chilling.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any interviews of you, Coach Odin, because I was trying to scrubbing the internet. I was like, where Coach at? But I want to expand on this. Coach has talked about the student athlete. Tell me, how are the kids on the football team now? I told you I'm doing a little program over there in the daytime on Wednesdays at Southfield. How is the football team in terms of in school and how they conduct themselves? Because I've been there now for about 5 or 6 weeks. I rarely see those guys. You know what I mean? I've never seen him. And I come in the lunchroom all the time, and I'm like, so now y'all went on this run. I'm like, dang, I didn't never see the football players. So how are they in the classroom and in the hallways?
They're good, man. They it's real big that we lead. I believe, everybody want to be part of a winning culture. And I believe winning can change a culture.
Yes.
Just being positive and positive energy. So again, Principal Reese has done phenomenal. This is his second year there, and kind of just like helping change and build that culture to where it should be. And we try to be assistants to him and his goal and his plan. But again, the boys, they know what to do. I mean, now I got some young boys who
of course,
who got to get straightened out every now and then. But for the most part, my juniors and seniors, those varsity boys, they've been through it. They know the expectation. Like you said, character, right? We define character in our software program as what you do when nobody's looking.
What you do when nobody's looking.
So of course, if coach is in the hallway, you're gonna act right. Right? But what's your character like? What if I'm not in the hallway? What you doing? Right? So that's how we define it. And again, when I can come out my office and I see seniors telling other underclassmen they hurry up and get to class for the bell ring, we did our job.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Gee, I know you got. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? Before they get up and we bring the real stars up, coaching your son, coaching your nephew, not last hurrah, and you got the how did the team respond? When you look at it, I know sometimes they were looking side at to see how you going to discipline these guys and all the attention. I mean, it's no accident because of all the hard work that they put in. I've watched these young two for a very long time. The work that they put in, has that elevated the other guys to put in the same type of work? And how did they respond to it, early on, getting all the attention? Because when you look at it, when the season was about to start, you look up, going to Michigan. Isaiah, Michigan offer early on. How did the other guys respond? And when you look at all the other players that you guys have, talk about a couple of those and how they've been and what they've meant to the program, man.
Well, I think the response from the players for us was very adequate. When they seen the success that Jake was having and all the attention he was receiving, they hitched their wagons to him. I told my guys, football guys hang around football guys.
Yeah.
So as he's working with a trainer and preparing with a strength coach and speed coach, I found that he was now carpooling 5 or 6 other guys.
Okay.
And that uplift was tremendous for us. And I think some of our young DBs, Juwan Jones, you've seen in the video, Keontae Wilson,
man,
they started all training together.
Okay.
And, cutting that teeth and sharpening that iron together as opposed to being individuals. And that brought us a very long way. Him, grabbing them DBs and saying, hey, let's go.
Okay.
We got to go get this work. Y'all say y'all want to win. Y'all say we want to be champs.
Don't just talk it.
Yes. Deeds and not words. You got to put that work in.
Oh, absolutely. No, go ahead, Jay. I know you. Go ahead.
Yeah, for Isaiah, a lot of our core seniors been playing with Isaiah, including Jacob, since they were kids.
And most people don't know we was next door neighbors.
Yeah. And Jacob and Isaiah are next door neighbors.
I can't wait.
They both went to middle school together. Yeah. I mean, just so again, Isaiah's core group, they've been together since before they came to high school, playing Southfield Falcons together. Shout out to the Southfield Falcons.
Okay.
So again, they would never look at Isaiah like, oh, you brand new. And he would never act brand new.
There you go.
That makes sense. So because they was true brothers, it was easy to follow.
Yeah.
Right. So they're proud of his success. They don't look at his success as, him trying to be something or better than somebody or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So it was real easy, honestly, for him, because like I say, the core of our seniors, they've been brothers since they've been in middle school.
Wow. Hey, man, make sure y'all call in 313-458-4445. Hey, Q, what's some comments up there? Is everything straight on the audio side? I'm sure some people comment now. Let's see. Proud of you guys, championship coaches. Oh, that's Willie. Okay. A number of people. What they say, G, congratulations. Everybody, congratulations.
Yeah, Mike Book, man. Mike Book.
20-year Crockett and
Coach
South,
Book, too.
Yeah, Coach Book, man. I know his dad. His dad is my brother, man. So, hey, shout out.
Wow.
Yeah, but he was just speaking to you. Want to speak to that, Coach? How long we've been doing stuff together before?
Oh,
So listen, we
man.
just start playing each other. So
Yeah.
this is only our second game this year, right?
Yeah,
They joined the OAA, but
it broke the brotherhood a little
yeah,
bit.
they broke our brotherhood up. Now we became competitors, but
yeah, that's right. You did go OAA this year.
yeah.
Well, we went to OAA last year.
Last
We're
year.
both in the white though.
But before that,
So
tell them
we're
how long we've been doing our.
22 years, since like 2004.
Okay.
At Crockett, we didn't have a field, and our grass was not well maintained. So at that time, Coach Conley invites us over and sends a bus for us. Like, y'all come out here and practice. So we would do a week-long team camp. We called it the East-West camp, just Crockett Southfield camp. And then they merged and became A&T, and he became head coach. And I went to East English Village. We kept that thing going. Same scrimmages, same week-long team camps, just iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
And then when we joined the OAA and they put us in the white, we had to cancel the scrimmage.
Yeah,
At the council
And the team
count
count.
tradition.
Kill
Yeah.
the tradition.
But this year, of course, we played each other earlier this year. But when we both clinched our tickets to Ford Field, we had a joint celebration this year.
Supposed to.
Both
Nice.
festivals.
Supposed
Yeah.
to.
Nice.
That was one of
Supposed
the
to.
first phone calls. Like, hey, where y'all going?
That's
we,
it.
we coming. Where y'all at? Let's
Listen,
go.
I'm on
Yeah.
the bus.
And we get to Ford Field. He
yep.
say, Coach, I've chartered a bus. We bringing the whole team to y'all game.
Man, get out of here.
Right back at you, because tomorrow we getting back on this thing. We coming back down here to see you
Family
guys do your
reunion,
thing,
man.
too.
That's
Hey
it.
man, that
That's
gives me
it.
chills.
Now, I swear that
this
give me
is
chills,
for
man.
sure. Just to hear that, man, because we never really get to celebrate each other, like especially as brothers. That's number one.
No question about it.
And then to do it in sports, and then
And at
still
that-
be friends.
And at that level.
That's what I'm saying. At that level, and been friends for a long time, and continue to being friends. See, this is what it's really all about. It's really about that brotherhood and understanding that.
Come on, man.
Hey, man, the more we unify, the better we get. So it's
Ain't
not
no
coincidental that we have two
Man,
state championship
cut it
football coaches sitting here. They were competing against each other, growing up together, practicing, doing everything together. And now look at it. Now you got the products of Division I athletes going on. Go ahead,
and,
G.
and the young people benefit.
Yeah. Oh, it ain't
So
no question about it.
You're looking at two strong men, two strong family men. But what you look at is the young people every year. You hear Rod talking about 17 guys.
Yes.
It's going on to play college football. You look at what Aaron has been able to do, Coach Marshall has been able to do at Southfield. Now, to say that he's revitalized that program is a true understatement. To realize what Rod has done over there at Harper Woods, I mean, let's be realistic. Nobody even thought about or talked about Harper Woods from a football perspective. And then he hits the scene, and now it's going down. But I tell you what, your bride said something. She said it all started, Odin. Latan said it all started with that baseball. Let's not forget. They started with baseball.
Yeah, they played Southfield with Cardinals baseball together.
That's A&J.
Well, I tell you this,
dominated
families,
coach pitch, and then when it went when it went player pitch, they figured out, hey, I need to go do
I
something.
need to
else.
go do something else. I can't hit that.
Oh, wait
I
a
can't
minute.
hit that
They started
curveball.
ducking on
I
it.
can't
They
hit
was
that
ducking.
curveball, man. What's wrong with it? Hey,
Oh,
but
man.
it's 2023. We're at the end of 2023. I want to say this to the families that are watching. We're having fun. We're celebrating guys. But let's take a page out of these guys' book.
Yeah.
Families. Let's take a page out of these families' book. Understand, these young men been in athletics since they were young.
Mhm.
These young men have been about their academics since they were young. These young men have been about structure and discipline, these families, since they were young. Let's not lie to ourselves. And I'm going to talk about it real quick. These strong black men have produced what? Strong black men.
Ain't no question about it.
There's
There's no other way around it.
Hey, man, ain't no other way around it.
Uh-huh.
Now, let's be realistic. Yeah, we're going to celebrate state championships. So we look at our state championship trophy right over there. And Aaron, don't be talking junk, man. My man took a charge right there.
You see that? He got knocked him down. That's
He got
86.
knocked down.
That's legit.
He got
took a
knocked
charge.
Knocked down.
He
You know
took
what
a
I'm saying? All right, he took a charge. That's what he
Yeah.
doing. Hey, G, I think so. It has to be. Oh man, yeah, I did. I saw this picture.
Yeah,
I saw this picture, yeah. Nice. How tall are you? Are y'all fellas?
Yeah, 6'1", 6 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we got to get a toast.
Got to get a toast for these
Toast
guys.
to the winner. Oh, If it's to the winners,
To the winners.
but hold on, we got to move you off the set, G, real
Well, I
quick.
knew- hey,
Oh no! Oh, you
Well-
won! You won! You won!
Well, the only thing I'm gonna say before they
Hey,
close
man,
out.
I'm just playing,
No,
man.
no,
I'm just
I
man.
just gotta say before they close out. Now you think about this.
Yeah, no.
Here we go.
Close
The
them out.
guys went up, won the state championship, and I don't think how crazy is that to do it in the same year.
No, that's crazy. I'm
This is
telling you.
nuts. Y'all guys, your nephew, your sons to be going out on top. For y'all to shut everybody up and really tell them in a great way, shut the hell up. And guess what? I know one thing about y'all too. Y'all plan on coming back again. Y'all plan on winning this thing again. That taste was real good. And hey, they say on that the potato chips, you can't just have one. Going to get y'all another one, dog. Proud of y'all.
Thank you.
Hey man. Cheers to the
Salute.
champs, man.
Appreciate
it.
Salute.
Appreciate
Salute
it.
to the champs, man.
Yes,
Salute.
sir. All right, drop that flyer, Q. But
Yeah, hold up.
we're gonna do your man flyer.
There we
A
go.
race. Yep. Yep.
Y'all
Y'all.
down?
Yep. Y'all. Yeah, but we can put it back.
I sent it to you, Q.
I don't know. Make sure you talk right into the mic.
To the microphone.
Yep. Go ahead. Talk about that. Go ahead, G. You ready? Hey, really quick. We want to make sure that we know we're talking about football tonight, but we also have coming up the basketball season is kicking in.
Yes, it is.
And when I say the basketball season is kicking in, we have the Tip-Off Classic. G, you want to talk about this Tip-Off Classic?
Well, you know, one of our sponsors for tonight's episode, obviously Horatio Williams, the Horatio Williams Foundation, obviously has done a hell of a job for years. So again, we're at the annual Horatio Williams Foundation Tip-Off Classic. It commences Friday, December 1st at North Farmington High School, and then it'll culminate again the following day, December 2nd, at North Farmington High School. You got 3 games, I believe it is, on Friday, and 5 again on Saturday.
What day is Waddell and them playing?
Waddell play Saturday, I believe.
What day you play?
We play Saturday. We play the host team, North Farmington. You know us.
What time Waddell and them come?
Because
Because what time Waddell and them play?
Waddell plays.
Put that flyer at Q. I want to see what time Waddell and them play real quick. What time they play? Can you see what time they play, G?
Waddell them get down. I can tell you.
Because they say that's a big game as well. They saying that's a pretty big game that's coming up.
Well, anytime Waddell and them get down, it's gonna be, it's a big game. Now, they're one of the best teams in the state of Michigan, and they play 8:00 Friday night.
And you play
8:00
Saturday?
Friday, and I play Saturday
Yeah,
at 6:30.
Yeah, I definitely got to find me a new team to support. So I'm gonna be at Waddell game.
Yeah,
I am not coming to the King game
that's good.
because I'm tired of saying, listen, who y'all got North Farmington? But they saying they kind of down this year. You should
No,
be able
they
to get
rank
them.
number 2 in the state of Michigan right now.
So
North Farmington, yeah.
okay, so why you ain't do a coach's corner on that? Let me do a coach's corner on
Ain't nothing to talk
on
about.
the game of
What we gonna say?
King versus
North Farmington.
North Farmington. No,
At North Farmington.
all right, man. So our sponsor Horatio Williams doing great things, man. Make sure y'all come out and support him.
Yep.
And that Tip-Off Classic at North Farmington. But now y'all see this on the set.
Come on, man.
We got the young fellas in the building. I'm talking about the fellas that make it happen on the football field. Now they got a state championship under their belt.
A piece.
I'm talking about we got Jacob
Jacob.
Olden from Harper Woods, Michigan commit. Let me see how big them hands is, boy. Okay. He got some bits on him.
That's a bit so.
And then on the other side, we got the young fella,
Yeah.
Isaiah Marshall, Kansas State commit,
Kansas
man.
University.
Oh, well, Kansas University, KU. Yeah, KU. I was out there too. And JUCO, though. I was JUCO. Hey, man, appreciate y'all guys coming on the show, man. We appreciate y'all. Congratulations,
Proud
man.
of y'all, man.
Proud of y'all, young
man.
guys,
Seriously.
man. So, G, go ahead. You want to start off because I know you got a lot of questions for him, and I'll just fill in wherever I can because I got a couple things for him as well.
What kind of pressure did y'all put on yourselves? Now, obviously, we did this thing at seniors in high school. What kind of pressure did you put on yourselves to get this thing done?
I would say like
Lean in and talking to the mic. They got to hear you. Hold on, wait, real quick. Did you get the producer your handles,
yeah,
IG and everything? Oh, you got all that. Okay, cool. Cause you know the lady's gonna be dad. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about the lady. His mom probably don't say nothing about them girls. Don't say that. All right, now go ahead. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, I would say the pressure that I put on myself was like immense because I feel like coming into high school, like I had something to prove because out of Little League, I had like a few offers, everybody getting a little attention. So I feel like the pressure was like on me to build the program up and get us going.
Wow. Isaiah?
I agree with Jacob. Going into high school, I had some offers and I got offered from Michigan in 7th grade. So I knew I had like a big chip on my shoulder and I knew I had to prove everybody what I can do in high school. So, the first couple years didn't go as planned, but I picked it up.
Nice. Man, and we played the video, y'all guys, some closeout plays, but it was a couple of things that I saw your interview and your uncle talked about this in terms of your poise. I just was like, this guy is ready, media ready. You think the defense, you think the offensive line, and you didn't give yourself any credit. And it just seems like that you've been prepped and taught early on how to handle the media. Have you had any media training so far?
Yes, I had media training before.
Oh, see, I knew it because when I saw the interview, I was like, the young fella ready. He ready. But make sure y'all call in. Y'all got any questions for him? 313-458-4445. Call in, ask the young fella some questions. What about you? Have you had any media training yet? Because you're gonna be in front of these cameras and they gonna come out. Hey, Jacob. They call you just J.O.?
Jacob, J.O., anything.
Oh, no, it can't be anything. We want the sweet name J.O. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like J.O. That sounds pretty clever.
So
Yeah. So no media training just yet?
It's an experience really. Like I've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years. So it's like at this point it's just natural to like know what to say and like what not to say.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. All right, G, go ahead.
In other words, man, don't call it a comeback. You've been here for years, man. Don't be asking about
I like that. I like that.
Man,
no, I'm just double checking because I'm always thinking about the next phase of it. You know what I'm saying? Because now they're going to go from high school to this big national stage.
Yep.
And so are you ready for what's coming and what's coming at you? And the first thing they want to look at are the kids well behaved and are they well spoken?
Yep.
And that's so when I saw your interview, I was just elated with that. And I said, man, the young fella had to have some media training.
It's no accident. It's
not
accident that they're here. But you talk about poise. You look at it and some of the big plays that y'all have made. Again, just been watching from afar, being a sports fan, especially of high school sports. Then knowing your dad, knowing your family. Man, Jake, talk about some of the games during the course of the season when you had to step up, and the city of Harper Woods understanding that they haven't had a tradition, an athletic tradition, and knowing that you guys have spearheaded this. So in 20 years, 30 years, this conversation is going to be so crazy when you go to your class reunions that you're not even going to believe it. But I'm telling you now. So how's that been, making those big plays and recognizing as the momentum has built up? Man, how did you feel during that whole time? And how was the school experience for you when you're walking in that building?
I mean, me and my teammates talked like after our 2022 season, it was like a disappointing season. So like coming into 2023, we was talking about it like what our goals was, what we wanted to do, and like we just started imagining. And the magic is believing that we always say. So we just started imagining what we want to do, how we want to do it. And as the season went along, we started seeing the stuff that we was talking about earlier, like come to fruition. So it's like seeing it come true is like it's surreal. Like that's what all we've been talking about so far after the game is like everything that we just said has came true. Like we done been through a lot of adversity and stuff. Like I feel like the adversity we went through, like losing week 6, I think on senior night, after that game we didn't lose again. So I feel like that pushed us through the rest of the season.
Trust me, it helped.
Oh man,
Zeke.
Can you ask that question again?
Well, just the momentum. Knowing Southfield obviously has been thoroughly talented forever. But recognizing the goals that you had, and then once you start to realize, like, man, this thing can really come true. How did that feel for you? But how was the feeling in the school? Because I remember how it felt for us, but how was that feeling in the school, man, when you coming in every day? Because it's the vibe was getting crazy, I'm sure, for you. And how did y'all handle that?
Right. Just the beginning of the season, we knew we just had to do us, and we just had to do our job. So, we played Cass Tech first game, and we had just lost to them in the playoffs. So beating them first game was very huge for us.
And how did y'all win? So I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there, I'm watching. So I'm literally I'm sitting sideline. How did y'all win that game again?
We won because, well, first off, my defense played amazing in the second half. They got stops when we needed them to, and then
hold on.
The boy out cold. Now listen,
he out cold. But listen, what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, man.
I already know.
I'm pretty smooth with the mic too, Zeke. Listen, I ain't came at some point, man.
Cold.
I need you to, it's sitting there with, and you a bad boy. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking junk. Man, I said, how'd you win the game? How did it end up, man, the last play?
Tell it, describe, because I didn't see it. Explain it to coach. I didn't see it. Explain it to coach.
Right. Last play, we was down, I believe it was 23-27, and it was fourth down, and it was fourth down about 10, and we was on the 15-yard line.
And what happened?
And, I said hit, and I seen a hole open up, and I took it and ran for a touchdown.
Come on, man. Listen to me. The boy, listen to me. The boy got some Jalen Hurts in him. For real, and you watching it, and even the other night you watched Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts really took him from him. He watched the tape.
He watched the tape. I'm about to say,
that's how he beat Buffalo.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah, man. I'm telling you because I'm just listening at the young fella, and he said, "Repeat the question," because he's always thinking. He ain't going too fast. He ain't going too slow. But I want to talk about this. The recruiting process for you guys, because the recruiting process, I think a lot of young people don't understand. What was that recruiting process like for you? And then we'll shoot the question to you, Jacob, in a second.
I think it was very time consuming. It was a whole bunch of camps you got to go to. Camps, just talking to coaches, and just making sure you want to pick the right school for you and for your family. So it's just more of it's just you got to take your time and you got to see what schools and what coaches are real and who's not just trying to sell you. So it was just more of that, and just going to camps every off season was a lot, doing that too, and also college visits was a lot too. So just doing that, it was very time consuming.
Jacob,
really, like it wasn't really fun for real. Like it really sucked. Like the best part of the recruiting process is like the end, because you gotta go to camps, you gotta talk to coaches, you gotta go on visits, and it sound all cool until you missing your whole summer. Like every day it's a camp. Every day it's a college coach you got to go talk to. Every day you got to like sell yourself. That's what it started with, really, like selling myself, like going on Twitter, like texting all the coaches and stuff, so, like putting my information out there. So it's like most kids like just think it's gonna come straight to them. Most kids don't think like I gotta sell myself to these coaches so I can get these opportunities. So I'll say it's real like time consuming, and like most people don't see what's behind the scenes, all the work. Like you got to work in between that.
All the work. But I'm gonna tell you, it's a little nerve wracking. But I'm gonna tell you this: always think about it like this. When you think about the number of kids that are in high school, and the number of kids that don't get an opportunity to go to Division I football or go to college, period, and they were athletes, it's truly a blessing. And I know it's time consuming, but I want you to always remember that it's a blessing to be in this position and what you're doing and all the hard work that you're putting in. If you think it was hard just then, wait till you get on Michigan campus, because everything is at stake. Everything comes back to wins and losses. And obviously, you have to continue to get better and accept that blessing as what it is. Both of you guys accept it as what it is and say, I'm going to do the right thing with my blessing because my family is behind me. And of course, you got to think about yourself in the university, but always thinking about God gave me this ability. So now I have to take advantage of it.
Make the most of it.
And make the most of it. I think Coach said it earlier. Your dad said it. Opportunity. I promise you, the opportunities are slim to none. Y'all are blessed to be in the position. I don't want y'all to take that for granted. So salute to y'all. We got to get a toast. So I brought the Gatorade out. Y'all know y'all messing me up. But Coach would have had a brew by now. But we gonna go toast to the young fellas. But really quick, another question I want to talk to y'all guys about. I'm gonna ask about this. have they started talking to y'all about this NIL stuff? How crazy is it? They talking about to you about that just yet? Name, images, and likeness. I had to do some research on that about a year ago because I just wanted to get more involved in it. But have they started talking about that, and how does this work? Can you explain it to the young guys that may be coming up, or the girls who may be watching? What is that? What is the NIL about?
I mean, NIL stands for name, image, and likeness. So basically, you get opportunities with brands and companies off your name and the player you are, and they'll like give you like gifts or money or something just to like advertise yourself.
Okay.
So I would say I don't really speak to the university about it because that's not my main focus.
Yeah.
I have a mentor, Curtis Blackwell. He puts puts me on all that type of
Kurt
stuff.
Blackwell?
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
on our show. Did you see him on our show?
Yeah, I see.
Okay. I just want to make sure you know we know him too. We know, we know him too. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, Coach Blackwell really helps me out a lot, like getting me talking to these companies and stuff. And it's really just like the recruiting process, like putting myself out there again, talking to companies, talking to business owners, everybody. So like that's what I'll say about the NIL.
Okay. What about you?
It's the same as Jacob. That's not my main focus, but also my mentor is Kurt Blackwell too. Shout out to him. Thank you for everything you do. And it's just you have to know how to show yourself on social media. You can't, do anything bad or stupid where a brand might not want to, sign you or anything like that. So I would just say, just make sure you be smart. But yeah.
And do you think, G, you got a question? Because I want to go to this video in 1 second, but go ahead.
Well, I want to go to Jacob real quick.
Go ahead.
You talked about the process being, it's taxing on you. I knew, especially after you grew a little bit too, I knew once that Block M called, knowing your dad, look here, man.
It was a done
Listen,
deal.
Hey, man, listen here, Jake. Man, you and Zeke, man, next time y'all come back, when y'all get drafted, listen, don't come to me with this rhetoric, man. You knew you was going to Michigan, man. If you didn't, I did. I said, well, the boy getting cold with it. I said, man, Jacob Holden is going to have a wing helmet on, man. Congrats to you, man. So don't give me that no more, man. Come on. That's all I'm going to say to you.
So I got a quick question for both of y'all. Your 40 speed, what is that?
I haven't ran it since I went on the Rising Stars bus tour going into my junior year, and I ran later time in Maryland. It was a 4.5, but I got way faster since then. So I haven't ran it since, but it should be up there with
4.5. Jacob?
Last time I ran it was going into junior year. I was at a Penn State camp, and I ran like a 4.53. So
man, y'all want to know my speed? I was running a 4.59, man. I can catch y'all right now. Then I still got wheels. So Q, I want you to show up this video, man, because I really want to talk about this. And I thought this was big time in terms of what Southfield A&T did after the game, after they beat Belleville. Check this video out. I thought this was big time.
Good work, fellas.
But see, G, this is and it's funny because this is why I want to talk about this. When I was in Vegas before the Michigan-Ohio State game, I'm listening, and everybody around Michigan knows this, and Ohio understands this, that when the big game comes, Ohio never mentioned Michigan. And Michigan never mentioned Ohio, the team from up north, the team down south. And to me, I'm going to tell y'all what it perpetuates in my mind. What it perpetuates is the first thing, it perpetuates this gang mentality. Mm-hmm. Me against this other guy, this school versus school. We don't mess with the red and gray, or the scarlet and gray. Or we don't mess with the blue and gold. Well, it's amazing blue. And think about this. The gang mentality, the Crips and the Bloods are based upon what? Yeah. Some colors.
Yeah.
But to see y'all young guys do that at the end of the game, I was like, this is big time. I don't think
the biggest game they have played in thus far in their career.
But I don't think people really understood the sportsmanship behind that. And y'all spoke to it. There was a lot of guys on the team. And I thought about this. I said, a lot of these kids probably grew up together, played Little League together, competed in 7-on-7, just went to different schools. Yep. So how come they have to have this hatred for another school. They don't. See, when we came up in high school and we were good, and we played against the Southwesterns, Mackenzies, the Codys, our fans were the ones who was really into it like that. We were cool with the other guys off the court. We used to hang with those guys, literally hang with them. Still cool with them to this day. And I don't think a lot of people really appreciate that. And we take it too far. We take it to a level where now it's so much hatred. I really want to hurt this guy.
Well, that's why it's so much, fighting. You mentioned Kurt Blackwell, sound mind, sound body. Even at the level at my daughter's cheerleading competition, I'm in Ohio. And I drive 3 hours to see them for 30 seconds, seemed like in Columbus. And some parents got to fighting.
Yeah.
So, that competition, okay, it's cool to be competitive while we on this field.
Exactly.
So, man, dude hit you with a good tackle. You pat him on his head, pat him on his butt. We're going to keep this thing moving. We're just trying to compete. And sometimes we have gotten competitively stupid. And I understand that. So kudos to the sportsmanship, man. And kudos to y'all intellect and y'all being, and oftentimes y'all don't realize this. Y'all are now role models. And it's not something you sign up for. Understand that, gentlemen. It's not. But you guys have carried yourselves and conducted yourselves in a way where you can be proud, the community can be proud, and more importantly, your family can be proud of the young men that you are. And to be able to say, after all of that, to still say you are better than everybody in the state of Michigan your senior year, man, that's a hell of a thing, man. We proud of your State Champions podcast, and to have the State Champs on State Champions podcast.
As a matter of fact, hold on, man. What we doing? We only got the trophy up here. Can we need a trophy, man. Somebody got to walk the trophy up, man. We got it. What we doing? We got the state champion trophy in the building, and it ain't even on the screen. We're gonna put it right here, right in the middle,
right there.
Hey, man, can you zoom in on this boy? This boy pretty.
Yeah, the mitten and the rabbit, baby.
Oh, this
great job.
Good.
Great job.
But I definitely when I saw that video with Southfield and Belleville, I definitely really appreciate that. I was like, wow, this is big time, because we have to talk more about it, because athletics is just part of it. It's obviously going to be a part of it, but it's that sportsmanship outside. Because if you get caught in Michigan and you from Ohio, they might kill you. Just because of the school, from where you from. And it's stupid, but for y'all guys, so I always say it's bigger than athletics, and y'all have a platform now to do such things as go on to the next level, and hopefully it's in the cards that you go to the pros. But always remember when you get on that college campus, because I'm sure dads, uncles, mom, dad talk to you about it. Always remember it's going to be so many things coming at y'all that you have to make the choice, the right choice. Every day you're going to get two things: a chance and a choice. And what you do with your chances gonna be your choice. So y'all gonna have to make the right decision, especially you going to Kansas. Whoo, it ain't many of us out there. You know that, right? No. It ain't many of us out there. And I promise you, so you're gonna have to make some great choices and hang with the right people. And your dad said it best: football players hang with football players. But if you're hanging with a stupid football player, you got to let him go too. Got to get rid of him. You going up to Michigan, you're gonna be closer to home. And I'm sure that you're going to have your dad in your ear. So you'll be in that little bubble, so to speak, but you're going to have to grow up and make your own choices. And I'm sure they're doing a wonderful job in letting you do that. G, you want to close us out? Because we got to get out of here. We've been ran over time, but it's expected when you got state champions in the building.
Yeah. Hey, shout out the Olden family, Harper Woods High School, Harper Woods, the city of Harper Woods, the whole community. Shout out to the Marshalls. Shout out to Southfield. B. Marshall. Hey, man, ain't no sense of hiding from it, man. You and your lady, y'all have done a hell of a job. I remember when a young fella was a playmaker. Look here. Kudos to y'all. The city of Southfield, Southfield High School, y'all have done a hell of a job, man. Salute. We're proud of you. Hey, everybody out there watching, y'all know what it is. It's bigger than athletics. It's about the community. It's about our culture. We got to salute these young men. We got to salute these families. Great job. Great job to the coaches. We love y'all. One love, baby. We out.
The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Oh, we don't mess around.
Hey, listen here.
The champ is here.